Hello, this is Jamaica 5288 and I have a seedling update. We'll go over these one by one. I have some thyme, some beets, some peppers, wow, I have a whole bunch of stuff. Celery, thyme, did I say thyme? And then I have some tomatoes. I don't know when I planted those, but apparently it was a couple of weeks ago because they're coming up and they're recognizable now. Anyway, let's go ahead and water these down. I don't know what my neighbors are doing. They're building some kind of construction. I wish they stopped so that I can get this thing done without any interruptions. So here we are, right? I'm bringing you all the way down so you get up and close and personal to all these seedlings. Make sure I get them, almost all of them, in the frame. You're gonna see the feet of my camera stand. I'm gonna try to talk a little bit loud. I might sound like I'm doing. I'm gonna water these things in. So here we go. This is my thyme and, excuse me, this is my lemongrass and lavender. I don't like this water. I don't like this water at all, but I'm gonna use it. This is my scotch bonnet and my bell pepper. And this one is my celery. And last but not least, let's turn you around. This is my thyme. Down here, I have brassicas right there. Another brassica. Here's another one. This one is a Swiss chard. Moving right along. Let's see what else I have out here that are seedlings. Oh, I forgot. Let me get you right so you can see, straighten you up, straight up. So you can see what I'm doing or get a view of what I'm looking at. So I took some of my seedlings and I put them in pails down here because I was getting tired of, I hate to say it, but I was getting tired of watering them. But I'm gonna give them a top watering real good. These are all my callaloo. Those are my artichokes. And I got some spider plants in there. Here's the tomatoes. Another set of tomatoes. And I gotta get some more water. You know where I'm getting the water from? The chicken coop. So I have it on a drip system so that they can always have water. There's water inside their coop, but I also wanted them to have access to water out here. So when I first put them out here, they were really small, and I was afraid they were gonna fall into this right here. I was afraid they were gonna fall in here. When I was a kid, we had some chickens upstate in the Catskills, and she had a lot of little chicks, and the chicks are thirsty, and I used to find them dead in this exact pail. So one day I found one that was screaming, and I got it out of the pail at the time. But by then it was on. This was the third one. Two of them had already drowned. So now I was really careful with it initially, so I kept it really low. But now that they're big, look at them over there. They're not chicks. They're chickens. They're chickens, and one or two roosters snuck in there. Apparently, guy who sold them to me, he got me. I'll tell you what, he got me. He took me for a ride. So now I gotta figure out if I'm gonna give the roosters away or I'm gonna take them out to the country. I think I'm gonna take them out to the country. I have a property out in the country that I'm gonna build a chicken coop in. So that's where they might end up, because I can't stand those. I do not like the crowing. I cannot stand it. I don't know about my neighbors, but me alone, too much noise. And then roosters are very curious. Rudy just got out a few minutes ago, and he's really friendly, but he's a rooster. I didn't know he was a rooster because he was like a day or two old when I got him. So he's a rooster though, for sure. They're curious and they leave. They go out into the yard. They're way out here. And then I have to chase them around. Well, Rudy, he's pretty much tame, but the other two, I was having to chase them around the yard. So I took them out to the country. Let them do what they want to do. I ain't got time to be fighting with no roosters. And they were mean too. They were mean, mean roosters. They were beating up all the chickens. On to what we were saying, seedlings. So I have some more Swiss chard here, and these down on the bottom on this planter, they're all cucumber plants. So I'm gonna water the top. And I love these things because you water one, it's like you water all. Well, you water two, and it's like you water all. And you might say, but you're wasting water. I'm trying not to. Trying to get everything watered in. And then I'm gonna go over these. These don't require a lot of, aloe vera does not require a lot of water. And spider plants, they're like weeds too. But you know, give them water if you want to. You gotta give them enough water to stay green. They'll turn white on you, and they won't die immediately. But once they turn white, you better water them or they're gonna die on you. Let's get one more because I have one more tower over there. And I have some thyme over there, a thyme plant that I'm so proud of. I thought it was gonna die on me. I got it for free. And I was like, oh my God, it was like just a little square. And now it's like a big bush. It stayed out all winter. That and the oregano. The oregano and the thyme, I put a blanket over both of them during the winter, but they didn't come in the house. I don't think I'm gonna bring many more plants in the house because I was like, bugs. I had to spray my house down and bomb it a couple of times because I brought insects in. Some of mine didn't even know what they were in the house. So that was a bad idea. Okay, I'm just submerging this thing in the water. I'll put this little thing back on there. I was at Tractor Supply. That's where I got this the other day. It was between $7 and $8. And they had the metal one. And I was gonna get the metal one. And I thought about it. I said, man, last time I had a metal one, it rusted after a couple of years. So it started leaking from the bottom. So I was like, you know what? I'll just get the plastic. It'll last me forever unless I lose it or give it away. All right, so here we are with this oregano. This is Mexican oregano. There's two of them here. Lowe's were throwing these out. They didn't look like this when I got them. They were little itty bitty things, but they were throwing them out. And so I asked, can I get them? They were like, once it's outside the door, you can take what you want. So that's what I did. I took what I wanted. And that's how I got my first set of these little planter pots. Those little 1-inch, 3-inch pots, the seedling pots. That's how I started with them. Okay, I need to feed my thyme. And here's my thyme. Look at it. Look how pretty it is. I didn't give it enough water though. I gotta go back over there. I gotta go back over there. The chickens are like, well, she make her mind and stop coming in here. They don't care. They over there fighting. The white one just bit Rudy. Rudy running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And that's true. When you cut off a chicken's head, they run around. That freaked me out when I was a little girl. So there they are over there, dust bathing. You see that? Isn't that something? Dust bathing. Yuck. It's real. Turn this water on. Look at all this stuff. This is remnants of winter. I had to cover this stuff. I went and got that insulation for your pipes, and I covered these things up because I have had the pipes freeze up, and we were out of water. We had to go to the gym, and they were so mad at me. And we were rationing water, like drinking water. You could only have 8 cups a day, and that includes bathing, unless you're gonna go to the gym. And when a freeze happens, or when any bad weather happens out here in Texas, everybody runs to the supermarket and wipes the whole place out. There's nothing there. It looks like a disaster. No, it looks like a ghost town. The supermarket looks like it belongs to a ghost town. There is nothing, especially water, on the shelves. They're all gone. So, in order for my pipes not to freeze, after it froze on me, then it froze on me twice. since I've been out here, and I've been out here about 20 years. The first time I called the water company, I said, "My water is not working," and it's a little it's a private company that runs the water. It used to. And I said to the man, and it was an older gentleman, he was about in his 60s, and he was the owner. He answered the phone because I told you it's a small family company, right? And he's like, this is the water company. And I was like, "Sir, my water's not working. It's not working." This town was this was before Austin got big. And I said, "Sir, my water's not working. It's not working." This is how we do things out in the country, by the way, for you people up in the city. "It's not working. I don't have no water. What, come out here and do something?" He said, "Well, go out there and get a hair dryer and put it on your outside pipes." And I was like, "What? Isn't there something you could do?" He said, "Ma'am, I don't have water either." And he's the water company. I was, what? I was like, what? So that was the first time. I had to take baths at work, showers at work, and at my girlfriend and them's house. Oh my God. And at the gym. Now, it happened this time. I think it was Christmas. Yeah, it was around Christmas. That's what my Christmas present was. I got water. The day before Christmas, the 24th, my water came back on. God said, "She suffered enough." And I was lucky because if your water freezes, the rest of your pipes might freeze. So I was lucky because I could have froze some pipes, damaged some stuff, and people had pipes that busted. So like a week later on, after my water came on, I was checking. I walk around the house, see if there's any leaks underneath the sinks, because I opened up all of the cabinets underneath the sinks, all of them, especially the ones on the exterior wall. And I called my friend, who, dear friend, here in Austin, Trio. He owns Trio. And I said, "Well, what can I do?" He says, "Well, this last time," because I was like, "It was not the outside pipes because they're all insulated." He said, "It's probably your water softener that's in the garage. You need to get a heater out there and heat up the garage, because the garage is not heated in our houses." So I went out there. I got my propane heater because I already had one that was still in the box that I had never used. And I got one of those containers, those what was it, 10 or 20 pound propane containers, kind of used for the gas grill. And I got the thing going, and that night I had water. He was right. It was my water softener. My water softener in the garage froze. That's what did it. So I went out there and I checked to see, because the water heater is out there also. I went to see if the water heater was frozen and if the water softener has sprung any leaks. And I checked all the pipes in the house once the water came back on. And nothing happened. I was so happy. So about a week later, I'm on this story, right? I'm finished watering everything, all the seedlings. So about a week later, I went to Home Depot to go get some more insulation for the pipes in the garage. Because I was like, okay, if the water softener is going to freeze, I need to make sure that those pipes are completely covered. I'm gonna double insulate them this time, right? Because there was insulation on it. So I go down there to get some insulation. There was insulation when I was in the plumbing aisle. And the plumbing aisle in the Austin area was full of people. I felt so bad for them. They were over there just looking, trying to figure out and pointing at what parts they needed to fix their plumbing. So, water is important. I don't know how I got on this story, but insulate your pipes and open them cabinets in the wintertime. Open them up. I mean, just go underneath the sink. If you're still in cold, open these bad boys up. I know it's a mess under here, by the way. Open them up so that the heat could get to them. Because if you don't, it might cost you thousands. Speaking from experience, I've had a flood in this house. So, I have watered in all the seedlings, and I'm sure they're happy. I am hot and sweating. Like, I really, really work hard when it's hot out there, and I have jeans on. So, I want to thank you for being me. I want to thank you for being with me, and I hope you join me on my next ones. Please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing out here. I got a huge garden going, and if we can't eat it in this house, we're gonna either take it to the church, because there's plenty of people who can use it, and I'll take it to my church and See if they want it. Some of those people have kids, and these, you know, I hope they don't hold me liable, but I'm just gonna tell them, look, this is from the land, it's fresh, take it. And I make sure I pick it Saturday night for Sunday morning. Anyway, this is Jamerica, and God willing that everything sprouts and everything produces well. And I know it will. I know it will because God is watching us. God is watching us. We reap what we sow. Remember that. You got to sow something to reap something, though. So go ahead and plant. Plant, plant, plant. This is Jamerica 5288. I thank you for being with me, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.